From a site management perspective, the most important thing is to have rhythm and rigour in the way in which the meetings are held, and that you've got real consistency in approach. So our site meetings are agendaed, they're very clear in the structure, and they're multidisciplinary in attendance, and at the end of the meeting people will leave that meeting with a very clear description of the action that they then need to take to move the site management issues on. From an escalation point of view, I think we have a robust surge plan, which is a system-wide surge plan. But what that means for Kingston Hospital itself is that everybody's very clear about their roles in the event that pressure starts to increase.
Escalation and being effective in that process, communication is key in doing that. We have a process whereby we communicate with staff either through electronic means, email or text messaging, but I think face-to-face is key in these situations, and we ask staff to deal with the things that they can deal with themselves before they escalate up to silver and gold. But fundamentally it's about us keeping people informed and giving them context around what the issues are.
I think in the organisation we have got ownership for flow right throughout the hospital, so it's not just in ED but in our divisions. In every corner of the hospital people are aware and are helping us actually make sure the patient gets from ED to their discharge in a seamless way. The first thing we do is keep the rhythm and rigour of managing in extreme pressure going. So we just make sure that that regularity, which is understood by the whole organisation, continues, and I think that's really appreciated by staff. I think the second thing we do is make sure we've got real visibility of ourselves, our executive colleagues around the hospital, getting feedback from staff, getting an insight into what it's like working on the shop floor, particularly at the front line, particularly when it's difficult. I think the third thing is we have to acknowledge it's hard. You can't expect people to just keep going and going and going without some recognition of that. Make sure we've got good strategies for health and well-being, and bring a bit of humour as well to the process, so that people feel that we're in it together, there's team effort, and that we can get through it.
I think when you're in times of escalation, visibility is key. So as senior leaders, it's really important that we go and visit all wards and departments, speak to staff to give them the context of why we're in those situations, so that everyone understands what their role is in making sure that we can address the issues that are at hand.
So as a clinician, I suppose I would say this, but it's about clinical involvement. We have a clear structure here at Kingston Hospital with Silver Command, and by inviting and involving the clinicians in that structure, we can mitigate some of the silo working that often happens in hospitals, where areas can just be really removed from the pressure points that are ongoing.
I think ensuring the clinicians are involved in the decision making ensures that there is a safe process in place based on risk and potential for harm to patients. And that sits alongside the operational decision making in ensuring that flow is happening and that patients are moved through the system as quickly as they possibly can.